Yo, what's up boys, and welcome back to yet another video. This one is going to be on a game which I've made one video on so far called The Day Before. If you haven't seen that video already, I'll leave an annotation down the top right. You should probably watch it on first. But if you haven't already, the TLDR is, as you can tell from the title, it's a new zombie survival MMO game. And I just wanted to quickly read their Steam post we posted just before we released this video today, which says, "Become a witness to a historic event. Thousands of people will participate worldwide in a grand event that will open a new era in the MMO survival genre." So that's a video which we're going to be watching today. A video which is going to be opening a new era in the MMO survival genre. Let's find out if it does. If you want to check out the video in full, I'll leave a link to it in the description. For the sake of cutting down this video a bit, I am going to skip the intro. As cool as it was, it's just a bit of atmosphere. Let's get straight into the gameplay. So the cool thing with this one, compared to the other gameplay videos we've released, this one doesn't have any voiceover. So I can talk over it while you guys can still hear it and all that kind of stuff. I do wish this video was uploaded in 4K like what other gameplay was, because it just doesn't look amazing. I'm sure in-game it does look great. Like you can see the shadows, the reflections, everything looks great. But for some reason, IGN only uploaded it in 1080p, not even 60 FPS. So that's unfortunate, but we will survive. This video, I have technically already reacted to it on my Twitch stream, but I thought I'd look at it on YouTube because a few people asked me during that Twitch stream, what do I think about this? So I'm just going to share my thoughts. I'm still really skeptical on this game. It looks pretty solid in a lot of different ways. And in my experience with video games, in recent years, I've been upset a bit let down by a lot of survival games. So normally if something looks too good to be true, it is. So in this case, we see in this video some vehicle gameplay looking a lot like spin tires in terms of the mud and stuff, looking really good. Again, this video is a bit bitty, so you can't really see it too well. But I mean, there's really nothing that looks wrong with this. I'd honestly say that maybe it's too much detail for a game like this. This game's trying to be a zombie survival MMO. Making a game like that, an MMO especially in quotations, which depends on your interpretation of that. But that to me means several hundreds of players on one server at one time, and you've already mentioned there isn't going to be like, you know, loading screens or anything like that. It's an open world, we've mentioned in interviews before. So having small details like, you know, this detailed mud simulation kind of thing, whether that's synced like client and server, I don't know, but it should be synced in some way. It's just like an overly, it's too much detail, to be honest. This is too much. It's just not necessary. Anyway, the player and his friend pull up to this nice little gas station right here. Currently daytime. We're going to go, as you do in any zombie style game, looking for some supplies and avoiding those pesky little bandits. Down the road, we can see a damaged vehicle with our binoculars. It's good to see basic items like this in the game. Binoculars already, which is good. There's a few things I would say were a bit wonky with this trailer, but you'll see those very soon. Let's turn it up a bit as well so you guys can hear the pretty good atmosphere. So this is honestly one of the weakest parts, I'd say, with this game, is the zombie animations right there, the player getting hit in the back. It just doesn't look great. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just for a game which is trying to be a genre-defying survival MMO, zombie game, whatever. It just doesn't look perfect. But I'm used to having terrible zombies in games like Scum, DayZ being the main two competition, I'd say, to this game. So this is okay. We'll let it slide. It's not even out. It doesn't have a release date or anything like that. But as you would have seen from my other video, I'm still skeptical regardless of this because, yeah, I've just been let down too many times. There's a reason, I'm sure you guys realize this already, but there's a reason we haven't seen like a AAA developer make a game like this before. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that reason, but like I said in my last video, making a game like this is just really hard. Oh my god, that looks so bitty there. It's really hard to make a good zombie survival MMO game, like a big open world one, and I do feel like a lot of these games kind of lack direction eventually. Like the end game, just purely in Scum and DayZ at least, is just base building, base raiding, and that's it. It feels a bit repetitive. This game does have some more interesting plans with like safe zones and NPCs and quests, I believe. I might be wrong on some of these details, but I believe they have mentioned those before. So yeah, this game's trying to do pretty much everything those other games do and more. Right now, if you guys are console players, this is planned only to be releasing on its initial release date on PC, but I think we said we're going to consider consoles and stuff like that in the future, which is great. I do believe this UI is actually a bit different to the last time, but yeah, the player just rummaging through, much like they did in the other trailer right here. Industry doesn't look amazing, but it doesn't look terrible. I guess it works. It's hard to say with these scripted videos. Some people, when they seen this, were like, oh, they're not a scripted video. It's hard to tell if a scripted video, how much of this stuff is real and how much of it is, you know, just there as a prop to add to this video. Like, do these items in the game work? Can we physically drink this apple juice? Does everything here work? I'm going to say probably not. We don't even know, like I said, what the release date is on this one, but I mean, it's a demo just trying to, I guess, show you the potential here. Journeying across the wasteland with your friend, coming across bandits, repairing your vehicle. In this case, you can see all that kind of stuff. Many people said this game looks a lot like The Last of Us, The Division. It does. Even the box art, well, not the box art, but there was a certain picture I'll show on screen right now, which looks very, very similar. That crafting mechanic right there, I don't know any other game that has something like that. But again, very The Last of Us-esque. I think it's okay to take these things from other games, but it is essentially just The Last of Us multiplayer, which is an okay thing, right? If it works. Which I don't know about that one. I feel like the launch of this game, I mean, I'll keep track of it. I'll play it when it comes out, but it's going to be interesting. And as I said before as well, just to re-emphasize this idea, because I think it's a good mentality kind of thing. I don't want to be like negative with these games. I talked about this in my last video as well, but it's a lot better to have a game which I can play for thousands of hours than have a game that I say, wow, that launch was terrible, and just say the game's bad. I'd love for this game to fulfill its goals, but I just feel like, especially with those claims, like the claim I put in the intro, it's just crazy. Seeing it's going to be a genre-defying MMO, and using the word MMO, I think if you guys called it an open-world zombie survival game, that would be in itself quite impressive, and you'd still be pretty hyped, but it feels like they're really taking every opportunity they can to tell the community everything they want to hear. And there's been a lot of scenarios in the past where when people are told what they want to hear with other zombie style games, H1Z1 being one which I can think of off the top of my head, that ended up being just shut down. I remember, I swear, who was it, John Smedley, the CEO at the time of Daybreak, said H1Z1's going to eventually be the size of America. Maybe I'm misquoting him there, but I'm pretty sure he said that. It's just like when people ask things like that, you know, some developers just tell you exactly what you want to hear, you know? Like if you ask like, oh yeah, is there going to be any loading screens or how many players? Yeah, you know what I mean? You just tell them the best case scenario. You tell them what you want. You tell them what will be best for a game like this. It doesn't necessarily mean you can actually deliver on those claims. But at that point, it becomes kind of questionably like a scam, you know, luring someone into buying a game, into backing a game during early access with these promises which are never delivered on. Which is why if I were making a game like this, which luckily I'm not, I got vaccinated, says. If I was making a game like this, I would probably try not to go too hard on, unless I was really confident, which as I mentioned in my last video, these developers, Fntastic, they don't exactly have the best track record ever, so they shouldn't be. I wouldn't want to go that hard on claims saying like, you know, genre defining and all that kind of stuff and hyping it up. Because I feel like then there's a lot of pressure on the launch to be really impressive, and if it isn't, I don't know. I'm just curious if this game is... We do have a publisher, MyTona, their name is. And they've published mobile games only in the past, based in the same Russian city as Fntastic. But, yeah, I kind of wonder how they're going to get the funds for this game. Is it purely through MyTona? Are they going to maybe do a Kickstarter? I'm assuming no, but maybe. We'll see. Anyway, a player coming up to a barn a second ago, and now a little barn house. I was pretty scared when the player first went in here. Let me go and turn off a bit more so he doesn't get really, really scared. These are just mannequins. And as to no surprise, an alarm in a house. Pretty cool system. Love the UI. It looks awesome. Reminds me kind of Resident Evil, actually. I'm sure Resident Evil fans out there will agree. But this is clearly a bait house. The player here, I called it in my stream, alarm. You guys know what it's like with alarms and zombies. Somehow the player mag dumping earlier didn't attract the zombies, though. But that's okay, you know, it's like a scripted video. I'll survive. No, mag dump. Interestingly, the doors are either like opened or closed. They kind of, I don't know, just open it weird with that zombie right there. And also a little detail there, but the player actually chambered his gun there. Means his mag wasn't empty, which is not realistic, okay? Isn't this supposed to be like a realistic zombie survival? No, we've never said that before. It's fine. I'm joking. But like really, the only things that I don't like, I'd say in terms of like, if we're pretending they can deliver on everything, it is really just for animations. That's about it. The sound design's pretty solid. You'll see some really cool stuff later on with that. And yeah, the game looks great. It's just how much of a world is done at this point, and how many of those claims that they've made in the interviews that they've had with a bunch of different publications, how many of those can they actually deliver on? Even if they, I'd say, meet half of the expectations of this, it would still be really, really good. The competition DayZ and Scum just had its 0.5 update. Pretty solid. DayZ plans on updating 4 times this year. It wouldn't be that hard to surpass the competition. I've got no idea what the fuck you mean here. It wouldn't be hard to surpass the competition. Clearly it would. Scum and DayZ have both been in development for years. DayZ for like 8 years. Scum for like 3-4 years. It is hard to surpass the competition. And that's the whole point. How are these guys going to do better in less time, with less money, with less experience? I don't know. You tell me. The game looks really impressive, but it is a scripted demo. I don't know, man. I'm scared to see what happens with this one. But again, there's a reason AAA developers haven't been doing this. This is really, really hard to do well. And also it's kind of hard to have a direction. So right here we have a police car, reminiscent of H1Z1, and some kind of armored looking vehicle right there heading towards a house. So a gamer here going out the back. He wants to avoid the bandits, dude, because he got into trouble with bandits last video. These guys completely blind. I don't know what they're looking at. We've got the player right here looking like he's trying to get inside this bunker. And this is what I like in survival games, which you don't get in games like DayZ. DayZ's the best zombie style game, but underground environments, this got me really excited right here, actually. Listen to the sound right there. I don't know if it's faked or not. I assume it's not, but the sound is dulled when the player's on the inside. That's awesome. And ow, my eyes. The dark environment's really just making that bitrate look worse than ever before. But still, I give this one a solid like 7.5 out of 10. Maybe 8 out of 10. It looks awesome, but can they deliver? Go to daybeforegame.com. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Is this another scam video game? We've seen a bunch of them throughout the years. Games that have either directly scammed or just disappointed, whether it's like Identity, Raw, H1Z1, maybe it'll change, but right now, Dead Matter. There's been so many video games in these genres, roleplay and also survival primarily, which have these, I'd say, like endless claims. You can really add to these games as much as you want because they are like simulating real life scenarios, you know what I mean? It's not like Rocket League. Like you can't say like, oh yeah, the rockets will breathe or something, or they'll have real-time fog. Like no one cares, you know what I mean? These games, I think there's a reason why they have main genres in which people mislead people and scam them out their money. It's because they are simulator games, you know? These scenarios are things that you could imagine IRL being in, and it's very easy to work out things that you would want in a game like this, whether you're a player or a game developer. It has endless potential. The captivating that endless potential is kind of hard, especially on this MMO scale, because I mean, having a bunch of players on one server and synchronizing everything up, it gets kind of hard. So the endless possibilities plus the shit ton of players, kind of a deadly combo. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you would like me to keep on doing these reactions, I guess, to the day before videos, let me know in the comments, drop a like on the video, and I will continue to do them as they are uploaded. This one, the last one we just seen a second ago, it was delayed twice. So I'm hoping there should be probably within the next month or something, some big news on the game, maybe a release date or something like that, or maybe some more gameplay for us to look at. But regardless, I wish Fntastic the best, but I am super duper skeptical. And depending on how they are launching this game, like I said, whether it's a Kickstarter or not, I'll probably make a video advising what I think about that. It's probably not going to be a Kickstarter, but there's got to be something, I think, to get players money before they actually know what the game is like. Because if the game just launches as an early access even, there's still a 2-hour window, in case you didn't know, that you can refund on Steam. So if they launch it on early access and they have a disappointing release, I mean, just refund the game. That's a great way of how a game's going to launch. But I feel like there's got to be something to get players money before the launch. I think, at least. Otherwise, I just feel like the game's just going to disappoint in so many ways. But maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, hopefully you guys have a good day. Like I said, make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.